special segment of Dr. J, and this is your host, Dr. J. A few months ago, I was contacted by Audrey because her business HR enterprise was experiencing a major downward spiral in employee satisfaction and turnover rate. I met with her and her HR generals, Vika, and this is what they had to say. Let's take a look. I have some guests with me, the VP of H Enterprises, Audrey, and it's the HR specialist, right? Vika.
Yes.
So ladies, what brings you guys here on Dr. J?
Well, over the past year, I started noticing that we've lost a lot of talent. And, we're down in sales and productivity because of it, And even though our HR generalist, Vika, has been conducting exit interviews, there's a lot of problems that we're trying to get down to. And we're trying to fix it before it's too late, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vika, how do you feel about that?
Well, honestly, I don't know what she wants me to do because it's not my fault if they want to leave the company or not, and I can't do anything about it.
Oh, well, Vika, I don't know if you knew this, but we have a surprise for you. We planted some hidden cameras in your exit interviews. Let's take a look.
Yes, let's, please.
So, I heard you quit. I have a set of interview questions for you, but I can't really seem to find them, so I guess I'm just gonna wing it. Since she's already here, you don't care if she's here, right? She's not gonna say anything.
Whatever.
Okay, so, what is your primary reason for leaving then?
You know how on Fridays, Harold would bring bagels for everyone?
Yeah.
Well, he never had pumpernickel, or he never had grape chili, and that's what I like with my bagels. And that was a really big, disconcern for me, because how am I supposed to eat without...
Without jelly.
Right.
I feel you. I understand.
Right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you think anything else triggers your...
Yeah, there wasn't enough hot tail to look at. It's a bunch of guys and women that were below average,
So, what was least satisfying about your job? Or was it that?
Least satisfying?
Yeah.
The bathroom was too far.
Interesting. Would you change anything?
The bathroom closer and pumpernickel bagels. Whoa! Did you see how exceptionally good looking that last interviewee was? Anyway, Vika, how do you feel about that?
You can't just put me on camera without my consent. This totally goes against HR policy.
Calm down, Vika. It's okay. What about your thoughts?
I think something has to be done about this right now. Money's walking out the door, my company's crumbling. I think we need to find a solution. That's it.
I agree. And I took the liberty of contacting my pal, Ralph Rodriguez, and he brought an expert, Courtney, show you guys a little bit more about HR practices, what's appropriate, what's not, and she'll show you guys.
That sounds great.
Thank you.
Hi Dr. J, hi Vika, hi Audrey. First off, I just wanted to apologize for not being able to be there with you today, but I do want to thank you for asking for my help in this very important matter. I'm just so passionate about conducting effective exit interviews and helping organizations to understand why this practice is so important in helping organizations be more strategic in their HR practices. I've spent the last 10 weeks compiling some very important information for Audrey and Vika to help turn their organization around. And also, I think it's great for all of the viewers out there watching right now, because if you are going to be entering the field of HR, you can definitely help the organization that you work for be more strategic if they aren't already. And chances are that they're not as strategic as they think they are, and you'll really impress them with this knowledge that I have for you.
Did you know that 51% of past employees felt that there was something that their company could have done to keep them? Turnover is one of the most expensive issues in an organization, with estimates of the cost of turnover ranging from 50% to 200% of an employee's annual salary. This is from advertising costs, training and development costs, interviewing time. It all adds up. Now let me be clear here though. Not all turnover is bad, and what we're talking about here is valuable employees that voluntarily leave our organizations. This turnover often leads to poor quality service, reduces productivity, causes stress and tension among remaining employees, and just an overall decline in corporate morale. So through these exit interviews, we want to see what's really going on with our employees and what's causing the valuable ones to leave, so that we can address our organization's weaknesses in the future. Every company has issues that threaten employee engagement, workforce productivity, and business profitability, but the key is to finding out what are the challenges that your company is facing and how are we going to fix them. So some of the main guidelines that need to be followed while conducting an effective exit interview, which Vika obviously struggled with in the interview that we caught on hidden camera, is that there needs to be a structured and systematic core set of questions that are used when conducting the interview, and it is pertinent that it is conducted one-on-one. While some companies are now outsourcing their exit interviews to other companies, no matter what way you do it, you have to make sure that the employee's immediate supervisor is not the person conducting the interview. We want to make sure that the exiting employee is as honest as possible in his or her answers. Also, no matter how hard it may be, you need to make sure to keep calm and resist the urge to argue or be defensive. Make sure to ask open-ended questions and focus on the reasons that an employer can control.
And when the interview is all said and done, we need to make sure that we gather the information that we received and put it to a useful purpose so that we can determine and implement changes to increase retention and reduce turnover if our organization is finding consistent patterns and trends. I'm going to work with Vika and Audrey over the course of the next few weeks, and hopefully when they are back on the show, they'll know the importance of exit interviews and be able to implement them in their own organization.
Okay guys, welcome back. A few months ago, I had these two ladies as guests, and things weren't going too hot for them. But now, some adjustments have been made, changes have been implemented, and let's see how they're doing now. Ladies?
Well, I could say things are great. You know, we see the decrease in turnover.
Awesome.
We were able to fix the major problems, and I can say that, you know, we started from the bottom and now we're here. You know?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, I think my interviewing skills have definitely gotten a lot better after Courtney's help.
Awesome. Well, I have a surprise for you guys. We planted another hidden camera, and now let's see how it goes.
Let's see.
Hi, honey. My name is Vika. I'm the HR generalist here at H Enterprises. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
No problem.
What would you change about your job?
The flexible hours. I wish there were more hours, and I guess a compromising work environment.
Okay. And did you receive sufficient feedback about your performance between your merit reviews?
I did, but there wasn't enough detail in the review, and therefore there's no area where I can work to improve. There wasn't much detail given to me, so I wish there was more detail.
Okay. Did this company help you fulfill your career goals?
Yes and no. I'm a finance major, so in that way, yes, it did. But I've been here for 2 years, and it's not helping me further, so no.
Okay. And what would you improve to make our workplace better?
Well, firstly, I wish that you guys hired from inside because everyone works really hard at work for a long time, and then your company picks people from outside. So I wish you guys did that.
Okay. Based on your experience with us, what do you think it takes to succeed in this company?
Well, I would say hard work, but I've been here for 2 years, and that didn't get me anywhere, so.
Sorry about that. How do you generally feel about this company?
I think you guys are a great company, and I really enjoyed working here, but I wish, once again, you guys promoted from inside.
Were you happy with your pay, benefits, and other incentives?
Yeah.
Well, that about concludes our week. It's a very interesting one. Tune in next week to see what happens when HR practices go wrong pertaining to sexual harassment.